My name is Bridgit. The song is called Atlantis.
Deep underwater is where I left my love. Clean at the surface, shallow to the touch. Nothing left, he's a wreck, buried deep in the sand. Now I don't feel a thing when I'm holding his hand. And I'm asking myself, will I shiver again? Oh, I know how to feel, I know that love exists. It's asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis. Oh my Lord, where's my soul? How did we end up like this? Fast asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis. Take a little deeper, baby, hold your breath. Take a seat at the counter, just give it a chance. Oh, every bro in the building with his back to the wall. Now for me, be discreet, I should try not to yawn. I shut him down like a sniper on call. Oh, I know how to feel, I know that love exists. It's asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis. Oh my Lord, where's my soul? How did we end up like this? Fast asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis. I know sometimes we lose sight of hope. Know that you don't falter often. When you do, you grow. Know that life can have you lost like your compass broke. Slip the drip and see on me, just trying to be your rope. Oh, 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 and I don't think they really know the rest of it. Every day's Friday, saw your calendar irrelevant. Go to bombing planets, never plan to take a better pick. Knocking on Atlantis doors, I'm surprised they let us in, let us in. I can see you working on your patience, working on your nerves, need a better occupation. You just say the word and then we're right back to the basics. When you out here balling, guess you bound to catch a flagrant. I can see you wildin' with the fan. We came from the bottom, I don't think you understand. House up in the sky, I guess that always was the plan. You were flying with me, I think I forgot to land. And oh, I know how to feel, I know that love exists. It's asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis. Oh my Lord, where's my soul? How did we end up like this? Fast asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. The song's called Library.
Boy, you make me flip. See your passing ship sail right up to me again, again. Boy, where have you been? Will I see you again? Let's meet at the library. Okay. Saw you builder, never friends. Same hair and the same old crew. Light blue, neon glowing, tippy toe. Try to spy without you knowing. Boy, you make me flip. See your passing shit. Sail right up to me again. Boy, where have you been? Well, I see you again. Let's meet at the library. The library boy. Oh, let's meet there, okay? Okay. Midnight, a room is feeling something's building. That's my phone that landed in it. The highlights of where you been, what you doing, fancy college, paying dues. No small talk, that's the only rule. You said since you landed, you've been stranded with the books there for lending. Boy, you make me flip. See your passing shit. Sail right up to me again. Boy, where have you been? Well, I see you again. Let's meet at the library. Library boy. Let's meet there, okay. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Wow, that was just absolutely great. Give it again for Bridget
Oh,
here.
thank you.
So we're actually here doing a record release party for your new album that comes out tomorrow called
Yes.
Nemesis, as we see right here, where we are
Boom.
right there. Now, this is a little departure from your last album,
Yeah.
and you've kind of grown as a musician. So
Yeah.
let's kind of start. Why and what was the change from your last work to now today?
Oh, is that me? I don't know. Yeah, the last album, it was a big learning process for me. Like, it was the first time I'd ever written a song that anyone else heard outside of my bedroom. So, I really just wanted to learn about making pop music for the first album, and I really enjoyed the process, had a great time, toured it and promoted it and all of that, and it went on for many years, and then I found myself making album number 2, and I was just like in shock, like, I don't think I'm the same person. I want to make something completely different.
Now, you started working with two different producers, Book
Yeah.
and Spencer. These guys have kind of changed your life, and you found new music through them. Let's kind of talk about what was spawned out of that.
Yeah, I'm a collaborator, man. I think it's really important to find your people that you feel like you're in it together for making a creative piece with. And so for them, they were just like the people that really related to the sound. We all got excited about the same stuff, and we really put the time in to make something great together. And honestly, like, they just like raised my own standards on what it could be. So I feel very indebted to them.
How so?
I think I had all these ideas that I'd never tried to like put out in the world. Like my ideas, I kind of had I don't know, like put them on a lower level than other people's ideas. I was like, oh, my ideas are just weird. Like no one will like them, no one will get them or anything.
Right.
And they were like very adamant about me just like giving them shape and figuring them out and not being afraid of making something that was different.
And how'd you guys meet them? I should say, how did you meet them, Book and
Yeah,
Spencer?
yeah.
That's actually two people.
Yeah, 2 dudes. So first I met Spencer, and we did a couple of sessions together, and like this was the scary part to me, was going into a session with him and just thinking to myself, all right, I'm going to not try to write what I think people want to hear this time. I'm just going to write the thing that I'm excited about right now, because I'd been writing a ton of songs, and I had this one that I'd been working on, and it was not like your typical song you bring into a session that feels like a smash and like the, four on the floor. It was like kind of like a slow, sadder song. And it was really scary, but he just like, we clicked, and we wound up working together, and then he knew Book, and so all three, it was just magic.
All right, so let's talk about the first song on this album, Atlantis.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Atlantis, I want to say it was like the last one that we wrote off of the EP.
Right.
So it came along quite late in the process. We'd been writing for like ages, and we created this song, Book and I, on a day when Spencer couldn't work. And so we were just like jamming, treating it very casually, and at the end of the session, we didn't really think much of it. We were kind of like, that was a day. Nothing spectacular. And then Book revived it like a couple weeks later after we'd been distracted with other stuff, other songs. And he was like, no, let's finish that one. And then once we revisited it, like came to life.
The title is about an island that is no longer there, or maybe is there, we just don't know.
Yeah.
Why did you name it that?
Yeah. First of all, there was just the pure sonic inspiration. So he was making something that sounded underwatery, which to me, like, I'm always enchanted by that sort of sound. And I guess there is that sort of enchanted idea of like a lost city underwater. And I had been going through some emotional turmoil myself. And I think emotion happens in waves. There are highs and lows, and I'd been at a high level of emotion for a long time, and then once that all dropped away, it was sort of like this emptiness that felt like something had, like, that city was submerged, and all of a sudden it's like way down beneath the ocean. And so I think I was trying to process that feeling of numbness and just like the void of emotion. And yeah, the song came out of just describing that. And I think the idea is that the city's, it can come back to life. Like it's not the end, but it's just got to be comfortable with the in between.
Have you found your Atlantis?
I think there are many different highs and lows to experience. That one was a romantic one. And I think through being in a relationship through formative years, you can put a lot of like responsibility of your identity on another person. And I think that my time since then has been really good for like growing and finding my sound and just broadening my world. And so I think there have been different versions of Atlantis.
No, they're great. I mean, they've had a lot of remixes out. Kaito is a gentleman that you're working with on that song. Tell me about him and how'd you guys get together?
Talented guy. So I had heard his music through a blog of mine that I enjoy. And we just like sought him out. We said, would you like to rap on the song? He said yes. And he tried out a verse, and we just loved the first thing that he did. It was like, all right, cool, song's done. Let's move on.
So it was just a one take and that was it?
Yeah, wow. He just sent it over, and and we were like, great, cool. And he was actually at the first show that I did at the Echo.
Last week?
Yeah, or no, like a month or two ago? Yeah, time flies. 3 months ago? I don't know. But yeah, he was there. It was so fun. It just felt right to like have the first time we were ever sharing the song with people to have it happen there.
And you're playing tomorrow, San Francisco, correct?
Yeah, Rickshaw Stop.
Yeah.
Woo!
So let's talk a little about the live set. Is this your band right here?
Yes. Hello, guys. This is Michael and Roberto, band members extraordinaire.
And how long have you guys worked together?
Well, we got Roberto. How long has it been? What, 5 years? 5 years. Wow. We're getting old. And then there's Michael here, and he's been with us for like a couple weeks. So you have yet to like see our weirdnesses.
Do you guys work on the same album together, or just live sessions?
Live.
Just
However, I will say we've been doing some songs live that have not been finished with the production.
Right.
And for instance, at the latest Echoplex show, my producer, Spencer, so he recorded actually the live version that we did because he was like, maybe I'll produce it like that. So there you go, guys. Part of that creative process.
You ready? All right. So Library was another song you did. Let's talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, Library. That song I was actually inspired by Frank Ocean.
Okay.
I was back up in my hometown, and I had been just cruising around listening to his song Lost. And I'm a sucker for all things nostalgic. And so for me, there's nothing more nostalgic than being in your hometown listening to Frank Ocean. I don't know. And so, yeah, this song was kind of just like describing an experience that I had back in my hometown. And
You're from Mill Valley,
yes,
up in San Francisco, so you're going back
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I am.
Okay.
You're right.
All right. Are the
Yes.
parents still there?
The parents are still
parents are
there.
there,
The parents
okay.
are there. We have like a redwood tree growing through the wall of our house. We're in a forest.
Do you have the hippie vibes?
I don't know. You tell me.
I kind of think so. I mean,
Cool.
Mill Valley's, it's a great place, especially San Francisco. And
Yeah. Yeah. People have told me I am chill.
Are you? Okay. I believe it. So.
Yeah. One of my neighbors, James, when he needs cab fare, he'll just walk through our front door, which is unlocked, start playing the piano.
I don't know if you want to say that now.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's locked.
that's in Mill Valley, though. I shouldn't say that. Look for the house with the tree through it.
Yeah.
You'll know it.
So go ahead with Library, Frank Ocean.
Yeah. So that's basically it. I was inspired by that experience, and I just basically came back into town, and I had a session with Spencer and Book, and we just started jamming, and I told him I had this title, Library, and then we just came up with it, and a lot of the songs have just come through improvised playing, and that was the deal for that one.
Now, you're really influenced by Bob Dylan,
Yes.
and he won the Nobel Peace Prize for
Yes.
literature in music. How did that make you feel as far as seeing a musician win an award like that?
That's kind of the reason why I was inspired by him in the first place. I was, a young girl listening to his music, and I realized he was telling a story, and he was making an impact with his music. And he's one of those prolific people that really stand out, that have been at a point in time and said the words that they said that like hit people exactly where they were at. And I think that that's so powerful. And I think that that's a real like privilege and responsibility as an artist, is to speak to people and move them. And to see that it made that sort of recognition was so cool.
Another influence of your life is Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
You did a song, originally one of your first songs, Ready or Not, which is from the chorus of the Fugees.
Yes.
And you also have a song that we're going to be playing later that has additional influence from Lauryn Hill. What is it about Lauryn that you love?
I love her style. I think that's probably, first of all, like she's an artist, and she also has real conviction in her delivery. She's a lyricist, which I am a big fan of lyricists. Yeah, and she just has a beautiful vocal tone, which is just a gift you're born with, but she's pleasant on the ears.
And let's hear more songs from you then.
All right.
What are we going to play next?
Next we have Do You Miss Me at All, or DYMMAA.
And that's your
Lot of
second single.
letters.
Absolutely love
Yeah.
it. It's your second single. Just came out about 2 months ago. Has it been?
Maybe a little shorter than
Little
that,
less?
but
Yeah.
time is a confusing thing.
All right, so let's do it from the new EP, Nemesis, Bridgit Mendler. Let's do it.
Cool. Thank you.
From this view, I see color, the blacks and the blues. Here comes another night. Without you looking over the trees and the roofs, and I don't know what I would find. I don't know if you're even in the city, don't know if you're even at home, don't know who you're spending all your time with. But do you miss me at all? Do you wonder what I'm up to without you? Do you miss me at all? always rise to me. I don't know if you're even in the city, don't know if you're even at home, don't know who you're spending all your time with, but do you miss me at all? Do you wonder what I'm up to without you? Do you miss me at all? Do you wanna leave a message on my phone saying I'm coming home? La 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 la. Yeah 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 yeah. Gone without a trace. You've been so MIA. Was passing through your neighborhood. Oh, you've been abrupt. I never get enough to know that you still think of me too. I don't know if you're even in the city, don't know if you're even at home, don't know who you're spending all your time with. Do you miss me at all? Do you wonder what I'm up to without you? Do you miss me at all? Do you wanna leave a message on my phone saying I'm coming home? Yeah or no? Do you wonder what I'm up to without you? Do you miss me? Oh, do you wanna leave a message on my phone saying I'm coming home? La 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 la.
Thank you.
Darling, is it dark? Is it dim in the restaurant? 'Cause you're looking like a blind man, looking away. It's too late, it's too long. See me, give it shape while you're leaning all the way right around me. That at the girl, it hurts. What I want is looking, 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 looking right at me. Give me, give me, give me, give me full screen. Focus, focus, trim the borders, baby. I break that spell, you see. 'Cause when I snap my fingers, whip your head around, boy. When I snap my fingers, whip, whip, whip back to me. Hey, when I snap my fingers, whip your head around, boy. When I snap my fingers, whip, whip, whip back to me. Ooh, boy, watch you out on the temple with the girl if you want more. Set it down or you pick her up when I'm gone, 'cause I'm done. Lady, that is me, not a side piece. Put your arm right around me. Yeah, let it know I'm the one. Looking, 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 looking right at me. Give me, give me, give me, give me full screen.
Thank you. And that's it.
Such an extremely snappy song.
Snaps,
Snap
yeah.
my
everybody
fingers.
just-
Absolutely love that. That's from your. That's actually the fourth song on your new EP called Nemesis.
Yes.
Who's your nemesis?
Who's your nemesis? I don't know why I just said it like that. Who's my nemesis? I mean, I'm trying to think of like a real world nemesis. I don't know. I like pretty much everyone. So there's not an actual human nemesis.
Right.
The idea of nemesis would be my own just voice, the fearful voice that says like, you can't do that, like that's not worth it, your ideas are bad. Just that sort of character within myself. I compare it to just, the superhero nemesis division and clash.
Are you happy with this album? This EP?
Yes, I am. And it's interesting because it's interesting performing it now because I feel like I've like learned so much through putting it out and sharing it and performing it that like, I don't know, I feel for the version of myself that wrote it in the first place.
Right.
I don't know, it feels very different now.
So we're going to take a few questions and a few from the audience that
sweet.
does live, but also Snap My Fingers about a wandering eye.
Yeah.
Who's the eye and who's wandering? And why would they leave you?
It was based off of a small version of that experience that I kind of like turned into a larger idea just because I think I wanted to write a song about a girl realizing that she was worth more than what she was receiving.
Right.
And so that's kind of the idea of the song.
And also, you went to USC.
Yes.
And
Kind of still do.
Kind of still do. And what's your major there?
Anthropology.
And how do you relate anthropology to music?
I mean, I'm curious about people. I think that's the cool thing about anthropology is you're studying all different kinds of people. I want to just understand how people work. I want to understand, why certain people like certain things and certain people are completely on the opposite side of it. Why do we disagree? Why do we have certain traditions and customs and stuff? And music is the same sort of like trying to understand your own self.
And you find yourself singing stories through anthropology, through your music?
What, do I sing like, how do you mean?
Just, it's anthropology is about people and societies and cultures. Is that something you want to do down the road with a full-length album? And sing about different cultures and really combine people together?
Well, I love writing with and for other people. I think that's really fun. So the experiences that I've had doing that where I'm like, helping a young girl write her song that's her story and kind of like figure out what she feels like she really wants to say about her life. And that's something that I hope to do more internationally, to be honest, because I would love to facilitate people telling their own stories.
Now, you're like a writing machine, right?
I love writing.
How many songs would you say you have already in the bucket?
Oh, I don't know. I have
Just
no
a lot?
idea. Through the course of my lifetime?
Oh, recently.
Oh, recently. Like since the album?
Right.
To be honest, like since the album, I've been writing more poetry format. And that is kind of like one big journal entry where I just like do poetry, but I write every day, a couple pages.
And little snippets you'll take from here and there and maybe combine a song out of that?
Yeah, like generally, this was my life through the album creation process. I love coffee, love coffee shops, kind of the nomadic creature that's just like now at this point, since I've been going to coffee shops at this level of frequency for maybe like a little over a year, they all know me. And I'm sure that there are people that also go to different coffee shops. Like, I'm just that gal who's always at the coffee shop. But so I'll go and I'll just write and write and write until I get to like the nugget of what I'm actually trying to say. And then at that point, it just feels right. I feel like, okay, this is it. This is exactly what I know I want to write about. And then the rest of the song kind of just pours out really quickly.
Do you ever disappear and write? Or
Yes.
do you enjoy sitting around people, especially at coffee shops.
I went to Sweden to disappear and write.
You did, okay.
That was just to go by myself and disappear and write.
Because there was a quote, the comedian George Carlin used to be up in the trees, as they used to call it for him.
Right.
And he would just disappear for the whole day or 2 days, 3 days,
Yeah.
and you really didn't know what he was doing, what he was going through.
Yeah.
And that's something you said that you do.
Yeah.
Is it easier for you as an artist and a writer to be secluded, to come up with different ideas, than to be in a place like a coffee shop where you're just around hundreds of people?
I think there's the comfort in like being around other people, like you see that they're there, you're not too isolated. Like I think if I went and just wrote on a hilltop somewhere, that I'd feel like way too alone. Although I did used to do that in my childhood in Mill Valley. There's some beautiful places. But yeah, I like to be alone, but also know that there's other people there. It's like that's the white noise aspect of the coffee shop. It's perfect balance.
What's the plans for the full length?
Plans for the full length are to push the boundaries.
Okay.
So, the producing team and I were all excited by how people have responded to the EP, and we're looking forward to just making something even cooler for the full length and just kind of building off of what people have responded to.
Awesome. Can we get we're going to do the questions right now
Yay. Thank you guys for tuning in, by the way. Great to have you here. Looking forward to chatting.
Oh, here's our first question.
Crouch on in, Lisa. There we go.
Crouch on in. How does it feel to have such supportive fans after 4 years?
Honestly, it's amazing. I think I wasn't sure what I wanted to say. And so it was really hard for me to put something out. But once I realized what I wanted to say, I was like, oh my God, there's these people that I just have not been talking to for this entire time. And yeah, so to all of a sudden resurface and to see that there are these people that have hung on through this entire time was really, really encouraging. And you know who you guys are. And I'm so glad to have met a number of you, and I am excited to continue to meet more of you. But yeah, your support it's made this project what it is, and you have to know how significant that is. So thank you.
Now, one of the other questions was, do you have a music video for each song on the EP? Now, there's going to be 2 videos coming out tomorrow, I believe, or was it today?
Yeah. 2 videos tomorrow.
And which videos are those?
So there's the music video for Do You Miss Me At All? And then, I'm allowed to say this, right? Yeah. Okay, just checking. So there's the music video for Do You Miss Me At All, which was filmed, and there's some sick animation to it. I think it's going to turn out, well, I know it turned out really cool. I just think you guys will like it, hopefully. And then there's a live music video for Library. So me and these guys, we're going to go to a library bright and early tomorrow, and we're going to play a live stream from a library.
And is that going to be the video for that song?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Doing it.
What is the most important lyric off the EP for you?
Ooh, wow. Most important lyric off the EP. I think maybe I really do like the chorus of Atlantis. Like I like the hopefulness of it. Like I know that love exists, but it's asleep with the fishes down in Atlantis. It's just sort of like, I think there are different times in life where you have to just keep reminding yourself of something that you know, even if it doesn't feel that way in the present moment. And so, yeah, I mean, there are lines that I like that I wrote that are kind of more like fun or like snappy.
But it's poetic,
But yeah.
as you said. You're into writing prose, and so
Yeah.
that's a great line, especially for that song.
Thank you.
Also, a question that came in from the audience. You were on a major label originally, and now you're coming out as an independent artist, putting out the record essentially on your own with independent help. What's that like for you, and is there any difference that you see without really bashing labels?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've done both experiences, and I've worked with lovely people in both
Right.
in both cases. There's a huge difference. I think my brain is a bit like mush the past couple of days because doing this independent and like putting everything out, I'm just like realizing how many things there are to focus on at once. But it's been stressful, but also like the most inspiring experience. And I'm just a very curious person, so I want to know like how does business work, and how do I do this element of it, and live shows and all the touring logistics, yada yada yada. You have to touch every single aspect of the process as an independent artist because there's no room for error. But at the same time, there's the freedom of doing it completely your own way. And I think there are a lot of people that are surfacing that are doing it that way. And I really just believe in artists being able to have their integrity.
Another question was asked. You have such a lovely voice, and
Thank you.
you sing in different octaves. Is that right?
I don't know. I
Or
guess,
something?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Yeah.
So one of the questions was, how do you take care of your voice?
Oh, sometimes it's really annoying. Like the day before the Echoplex show, the day of the Echoplex show, I basically put myself on house arrest. And I think once I get into doing more shows, I'll stop being as neurotic about it. But I was just like, I want it to sound right. I think a lot of it just is practice. It's like if your body is your instrument, then you just have to like you got to keep it primed. But yeah, I guess one of the things, like people say, don't have dairy if you're a singer. For me, my body just, it loves a bit of like cheese before singing or something nice and greasy. Yeah, so just weird tip.
Get her blocks of cheese.
Yeah.
So, as far as the songs on your album, a question we had was, how do you choose what songs go on the album? And I have a follow-up question with that. A lot of albums require sequencing, and sequencing is something where the artists and the producers put together for an album, where you put the songs in a specific order.
Yeah.
Do we see that with the EP here?
Yes.
And why?
We had a lot of deliberation about this.
Okay.
Actually. I think the sequencing to me felt kind of like an arc of performance. That was the lens that I was looking at it through. And obviously, like I'm the performer, so I guess that's what I'm going to pay attention to. But I just think Atlantis, it starts out more mellow and produced in library. It builds, and Do You Miss Me? It builds, and then it feels like it's kind of had its crescendo into Snap. So yeah, I just approached it from a performance perspective because I felt like that would be the most smooth progression of it. And the songs aren't telling a cohesive story between them. They're just all like different snippets from life.
Do you find that also similar to your live show, where you have the same pattern? You end with a high note and then come back with an encore just as a balance?
Yeah. I mean, live show, you got to think about it too. Like we put a lot of time into thinking about the different aspects of the live show, and I think a lot of it is just like what gets people engaged, what makes them get into the experience.
So I think that's about it. We have all the questions. Bridgit, thank you so much. What do we have right there as we're seeing? Thank you so much. Thank you to me. Jason is my name. Yeah.
Honestly, Jason, thank you so much for doing this. Like
my
your
pleasure.
questions were great. It's fun chatting, and thank you for showing support. It means a lot.
So let's show this again. Bridgit Mendler. It's a brand new album of hers, EP called Nemesis. 4 songs on it, and comes out tomorrow.
That's right.
Is today Thursday too?
It comes out tomorrow.
Wow.
What? And thank you to my band.
And congratulations on all. So
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Come here, you.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look what I got.
Thank you guys for being here. Yay. Good hustle. Did it.